Welcome to the Right Academy. I'm Matthew R. Miller. Let's talk a little bit about archetypes. An archetype is basically something we keep seeing in literature throughout human history, all over the world, all different cultures. It keeps repeating itself. They seem to be like fundamental parts of storytelling. And there's something about us as humans that keeps going back to these, even when we don't think about it or mean to. Okay. So, archetypes, a lot of literary theorists have seen these archetypes in all sorts of literature around the world. And there's character archetypes. There's plot archetypes that we're going to talk about tonight. And there are, archetypes about events, archetypes of settings. But let's talk about archetypes tonight, plots. Here are the seven basic plots that you see in literature around the world. And you, of course, you don't have to use all seven in one book. It might be a bit much. And you may not even realize you're using it because they're subconscious. So number one, rags to riches. Remember Little Orphan Annie? In Rags to Riches story, a character who's like poor or downtrodden gets success. They then lose it and then win it back in the end. And through the story, they basically, change and transform and become great people. An example of this might be Cinderella. Would be a good example. Number two, The Quest. The Quest, as it sounds like, is the character goes off and seeks something out. The Lord of the Rings, great example. Right. Number three, Rebirth. Rebirth is when a character doesn't have to literally die, but they could literally or figuratively die, change, and become a better person. Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol is a perfect example. Ebenezer Scrooge, the stingy old miser, dies in a sense to himself by seeing the ghosts, comes back a new person. Number four, Overcoming the Monster. The character has to go. When I say the character, I mean the main character, the protagonist, the hero. The character has to go and defeat a great villain. I think Star Wars could be considered that. I think Dracula could certainly be considered that. Number five, comedy. Comedy, it's not, if you ever studied Shakespeare, comedy doesn't necessarily mean you have to laugh. It often does make you laugh. But it's a character, it's a plot where things basically go to hell during the story, but in the end they resolve in a happy way. Think about I think about the TV show The Office, right? That's a comedy. And think about Dwight Schrute. He's a very comical character. Shakespeare, Midsummer Night's Dream, my favorite Shakespeare comedy, are examples of this. The opposite is the tragedy. This is when the main character basically starts off well and then becomes undone. And in the end, things are a huge mess and they don't resolve. Okay? An example might be Anna Karenina by Tolstoy, or a lot of Shakespeare plays. Macbeth is my favorite tragedy. And then number seven, The Voyage and the Return. The character obviously goes off on a journey, accomplishes something, returns, and this is kind of the hero's journey. The Hobbit, right? Before The Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit is a great example. Alice in Wonderland, Narnia, that whole story. So those are the seven basic plot archetypes. Now, when you write, if you're a new writer, you don't have to just, religiously follow these, but they're going to come out in your story no matter what, because they're a part of being human. If you are a new writer, you can choose one and learn about it and follow it to write your story. It's a good way to write a story, to be conscious of it. So look at these archetypes, and we'll talk later about character archetypes and event and setting archetypes. But the seven plot archetypes, again, Rags to Riches, The Quest, Rebirth, Overcoming the Monster, Comedy, Tragedy, Voyage, and Return. Hope that helps. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. Please see my Patreon link in this channel's description, our main page. And thanks for watching the Right Academy. I'm Matthew R. Miller.